Welcome back to the hottest marriage show in the metropolitan area of Lansing.
I don't know how many are here. True.
It is I, John Dean,
Kadika,
aka
Do
In Too Much Podcast, rescripting the culture, one conversation at a time.
True.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing really well. The weather's dropped today. And then,
Hello, Michigan.
yes, Michigan has shown itself. And guess what? It's going to be 89 on Thursday. And I'll be in a building with no air. But the routine is getting there, so I'm excited about what's to come. Other than that, I'm enjoying developing these relationships with these kids. So
That's nice.
absolutely.
That's really
So what's going on?
nothing really. I guess no, that's not true. So when we were living overseas, we had 3 art pieces that were in our house. And when we moved here, we rolled them up and stored them away for 5 years. And we just got them reframed. And I know it's late. I know it's late in the season. However, we just got them framed, put them on the walls, and it feels like the house just takes a different personality when something else gets added to it. And because it's so daggone cold outside, we brought all the plants into the house. So now it's like 30 plants in the house. But it's really cool because it's like really shaped the vibe of a lot of the house. It's kind of changed my feelings about a lot of the things that we're seeing and next purchases to his fear. I hope you're not fearful of my purchases.
You know, I don't know. I guess it's different now. I did used to worry because, like I said, our language is different for the way we approach things. And my urgency when I hear certain words sound different from yours.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Yeah, so now I don't feel like that anymore.
Oh,
You say something, I try to say in my head, go with the flow. And like not to like say that I would automatically counter it, but I'm just in the mindset of, do we need it? Why now? Can we wait? Do we like it? Do we love it? You know, so like I have like so many roadblocks from spending money.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, for me to spend it, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. So, but I don't feel like I used to feel.
Which is different because to buy something for a house, I will go out and spend $400 and then I'll be like, this is so great. He's not like that. However, in our younger years, for you to go out and spend $400 on like a pair of shoes or something, it would be like, oh, that's nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
I know, that's crazy.
So yeah, it changes the game. But I brought that up because do you remember when one night we had, like we do game nights with our kids sometimes. And one night, the night was we were just vibing. So we're playing cards. We're passing around, like our phone has a little music program that, streams music. And everybody got to choose the next song that was coming up. So we got an idea of what everybody's music taste was like. And we were talking about where is the perfect place for you to be, like, for you to feel like you're in your most zen place, right? And so we were talking about everything. I'm like, no, when you describe it, I want you to tell me, are you in a mountainous area? Are you on the beach? What does the room look like? What do the colors look like that are in the room? What music might be playing? What food might you be eating or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was wondering, people change. And you've changed a lot, even in the last year, and finding new interests and things like that. Where is the most comfortable place for you? Like when you think about what it's supposed to look like and what it's supposed to feel like.
3 seasons room. I feel like the mood that we created in there, it was like we was outside without getting bit by mosquito. But the lights, we could change with the mood. We could listen to music that was louder than our phone from the speaker. Or like, we had a computer that we could actually watch something if we wanted to. But then we started talking about actually having a television out there or a projector or something to the point where we could be out there, and then just thinking about how we can make it an all weather room with all four, whatever, all season room. And I was like, I guess I like that because I don't know. I don't know why I like it, but I really do.
So you have 3 seasons completely enclosed. Who's with you?
Oh yeah, you are. You're definitely next to me. And then like when we have it where the kids are out and we don't ask them,
They just kind of show up.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because like this is what I think about when it happens. How did this happen? You know, I'm like, don't mess it up.
So what makes you think you're gonna mess it up?
I don't know, because I want to participate and people to feel like I was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I know that they know I'm there, but I want something like, I don't know, you know, I get so much out of moments where like, because I didn't have them enough, even when I was younger. So I'm in my mind, you know, I want to try to give them, I don't want them to be able to look back and be like, well, no, I remember certain moments. It was like so many different ones. So I always try to create them when I feel like the opportunity's there, because I don't think my father was thinking like that. And to me, I feel like I want them to know that I'm always trying to create a moment where they can be like, I enjoyed my childhood with my father in it.
Mm.
If I'm going to be here, I don't want to just be existing.
Okay. Hey, you want to do more than exist. Okay. I like that. So when you're in these moments with your family, do you like take pictures, videos?
I used to do the videos and then I started like doing audio. It was taking so much memory, but
Really?
yeah, when we were in the Plum Tree for sure.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing audio.
Oh yeah. Oh, audio a lot in, what is the other spot? Yeah.
So when we first moved here, we lived in Plum Tree. Me and the kids moved here and he was finishing his contract. So he would come and visit for a couple of weeks and then he would have to leave again. But Navia, we were together and you were still doing audio?
Yeah. Or video. Yeah. Audios when we got a bunch of them from when we were walking. We were doing walks and I used to keep it on my arm and we used to do episodes like that before. But I never published those.
Yeah, that was
before some of those didn't even complete. It was just like we talking and then halfway of the first half, there's no more talking. Just walking.
Why? Yeah, I know.
And, you know, after a few of those, you were just like, you know, when I walk, we don't even have to talk. You know, I just like to get away from things.
Hey, so we used to talk and he always wanted, when John came back, everything was about relearning you. I want to learn everything. And so the conversations used to be so in depth. And sometimes, like when I went on a walk, I really just wanted to enjoy everything. I like to shoot the breeze. I like meaningless conversations sometimes, just like enjoying it. And if it looks like the conversation is about to make a left into something a little bit more, I'm running. I don't even want it. Like, and I will back out. I'll stop talking, whatever is necessary in order to maintain the vibe I was trying to have on this walk. And so, yeah, sometimes the conversations would start off like really harmless and light. And then it'll be something that will happen. And then we are fighting, walking down the street. Or loud in the woods. There's a wood trail. Nobody's houses are back there, but we're just loud. And I was just like, I'm not doing that no more. Like, and so, yeah, one time I had to say, I come out here for a good time. I don't come out here to sort through mess. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciated that you heard me on that, because I don't think we had many other talks where it was like, sometimes I feel like you might have felt like the walks were the only opportunity because the kids were in the house. And if there was something you needed to get out, then we're out of the house and we're out of earshot.
You know, I can't say that was the reason, but I do know that it was easier to talk to you when we were out.
Oh yeah, because I'm not going to do it in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. And I go back and forth. I know I've said before, it's good for the kids to know that we can go from the beginning to the middle to the end of a disagreement and meet a resolution or whatever. But I don't think the back and forth, I really feel like I'd rather not run the chance of it turning into something more. Sometimes arguments with your partner can feel like it's a runaway horse. Like you think that everything, you just on a little light trot, and then this will start going a little faster. You be like, whoa, hold on. And then it just kind of gets out of control. And then you're like, what? Okay. One of my issues is, John will always say he's always working on communication. He wasn't a good communicator starting out. My thing is, if it feels like it's going to remove the pleasantness of my day or the vibe that I envision for myself, I don't want it. And so you don't wake up saying, today might be an all right day to fight. But
right.
When I wake up, I plan on my day having a nice, relaxed vibe. And whenever something comes up, I know that there are disagreements that have to happen. Conversations that have to happen to kind of iron things out. If it doesn't feel like a business meeting that we can hit these bullet points, come to a resolution and go, it really worries me that I won't recover for the rest of the night. And I think that that's common in some relationships where there's one or both partners who do not recover well after an argument.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
It's just a practice that you have to figure out. What can you do while you're spiraling? You don't want to continue to spiral, but you have to have a conversation where you're not going to argue so that both parties can understand.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people's grievances come when the conflict is some other conflict.
You're like, oh, I've been waiting to pull this out.
And yeah,
somebody go get my bag. Got some stuff.
And I think that's unfair to both parties because I don't think it just happens on one half. It's both halves. You know what I'm saying? And I think people don't want to have uncomfortable conversations because they think that it'll just work itself out. But it's going to come back.
It will. I used to be notorious for multiple days of silent treatment. I don't think I do the silent treatment anymore, do I?
I don't think so. Not at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No.
I didn't recover well from arguments. And it would be nice if we could have, and I think that there are a lot of things where we'd be like, okay, this is getting out of whack. And we don't argue as much as we used to. We definitely don't argue about the stuff we used to argue about. Like it'd be simple things where he'd ask me to describe something about something I like. And then we'd end up talking about something else. And then it would just end up being a push and pull. And I like us most of the time when we are in the most relaxed state. Like when I was asking you about what is your Zen place and you were talking about being out in the patio. But with me, for a long time, my most Zen place was somewhere where I was alone. But I find that now when I'm ready to relax, I go look for wherever you are. Because that's where I'm going to go be. And that's a change that I didn't expect because I like my alone time. I definitely do. But I definitely enjoy being in the vicinity of where you are now. And that's nice. Like my vibey place is music and it's sunshine actually, feeling warm, or it doesn't have to be sunshine. In the winter, when we're in the living room and the fireplace is on, I love that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I love that too. But I think it's now I've shifted to adding someone to my space. Now, I do love having the kids around, and that's always fun. But most of the time, I like everything to be really, really calm and relaxed. But, it made me think about, when I was like, I'd really be trying to find this dude. I'd be like, where's your dad at? I'd be asking the dogs too. Where is he?
And this is not to shade you at all, but you do be looking for me. But, and then you, if we're not talking, you just get on your phone. And I'm like, I know you didn't look for me to get on your phone.
Well, I
want to talk.
Oh. Well, if you on your phone playing chess, then I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do my thing too.
First of all, these moves are within 24 hours. So
well, you don't say that. But, one of the things that I was realizing, how they say somebody is a daddy's girl or a mama's boy or whatever. This one woman was like, I'm a husband's girl. She was like, if If I'm sad, I want my husband. If something's broke, I need my husband. Things like that. And I was like, I was a fake daddy's girl. I was my dad's only daughter. And I would always, like, if he wanted to be around, if he was active and interested, then I would go talk to him for a little bit. But he didn't really give a lot of, I don't know, in my head, I guess I made up the idea of what a daddy's girl was. And I was like, I'm daddy's girl. But I've seen some of my friends who've had really, really close, great relationships with their dad. And I was like, I ain't never had that. So.
I mean, Dave doesn't have that either, though.
Yeah, she doesn't. But I think that is a really, when the woman was putting it in perspective of her husband, that's really how it was supposed to be. Like, I think she said, if it seemed like I'm getting a little out of control, then take me to my husband. I think with you, and we've talked about this before, how we've operated as partners in the sense of parenting, not necessarily in growing the marriage until like way later in our marriage where we realized. And part of that is your idea of your role and mine is my idea of my role, because I really thought that when you're a mother, you're supposed to prioritize your kids. And that's controversial for some people, but I was supposed to prioritize my marriage, and through prioritizing my marriage, my kids would be fed, and there would be, in prioritizing us, there would be a better part of me that could spill over into them. And so we missed out on that part, but I feel like we're really making up now. I think I'm gonna grow into, if you continue to, grow by leaps and bounds the way you're doing.
I'm trying.
That I would like to be a husband's girl.
I think that's inevitable.
You think so?
I think that my happiness with the people around me are feeling like they're extremely happy in the moment, like, or there's not a care. So as I continue to get better, I feel like, that's what I said, like, I'm trying to make you smile in different moments of the days. At some point, it's something like a collage of different smiles throughout the day. Few people remember where, you're like, what was I thinking about? And something that's like, I don't know. And you just smile. And I feel like I said, when you're happy, you make a different product. And people can't really say what they would create unless they know what it's like to be happy all the time. And I'm not saying that happy's going to make the best product, because I was just watching something just disappointing, how people are toxic. People thrive off of people's failures, and then they feel like musicians can make better music when they're unhappy. And it was like, whenever they're happy, nobody wants to listen to their music.
Oh, I've heard that.
That's what I'm saying. So I just wanted, I feel like, let's see what it looks like, because we don't know people that's been happy long enough to say, like, you know what, I like this product better than, make them go through some turmoil.
I know. We need a little trauma.
Yeah. So I enjoy the idea of giving you that for sure.
Oh, okay. So I'm interested. Is that I don't even know. I've never heard of a husband's girl, so I don't know.
I mean, you found a way to plant the seed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna let y'all know my progress on that.
For sure.
Probably not. I'm gonna try. I don't think that there's ever been a man I've really depended on other than you. I actually I depended on my mom more than my dad. I thought my dad was kind of like a figure that was around. My stepdad, when I was growing up, he loved us and he interacted with us, but he was not responsible for us. So it's always been my mom. So, and it's not that he wouldn't do things, like he would drop me off or he would do things like that, but there was definitely a clear line. When I was growing up, my dad was still alive, and I was getting really close to my stepfather, and I would say to him, can I call you dad? Like after a while. And he was like, as much as I love you, I don't ever want, I would be devastated if if my kids called somebody else dad. And he was like, so I want to respect your dad enough to not do that, but just know that I love you as much as that word means to you. I love you just that much. And
that was dope.
I know. But it always meant that the closest people I had were my brothers, my older brother. Yeah, my brothers. And so you are the first man that has been reserved for me to depend on, that has reciprocated in the way that I had hoped. Yeah. But you know what? I think that when we were younger in the marriage, because I never had that established, like that person that was supposed to be my person, really actively doing what my person was supposed to do, I don't think I had any expectations for you at all. Yeah. But I got expectations now, player.
I'm trying to fulfill them.
Yeah. So, yeah.
The reason why I was asking, was it good? Because women are raised to be independent. And for you to say that you depend on me kind of goes against the idea of, and I really do feel like by you saying that, it allows us to grow that much more. Because for you to say you depend on me, it means you become vulnerable, saying that I will protect you in that capacity. Not saying that you would like, okay, if he doesn't do this, I'm going to die or anything. But
right.
You believe that I can complete something without you feeling like, is he going to do this?
Yeah. Like, we're all taught that, hopefully we're all taught to be able to stand on our own, but we're not supposed to have to. So there were certain things that I was like, now I'm going to the best of my knowledge and my remembrance, everything we kind of came across, I tried to put you in a leadership position in my head as to, okay, we're going to present this and then see which direction to go in. Some things you just didn't have an interest in. So then I just took control of those things and just went on about my business. And after a while, it just got to a point where a lot of the stuff I would just be like, this is something he's not interested in. And so I did it.
Yeah.
Now, that's not really, I definitely feel like there are certain things that I'd be like, can you handle this part? Or I'd be like, okay, we need to do this. And then you'd be like, well, I'll do this part. And then you do that part. And I feel fully confident that you're going to do what you need to do and it's going to get done. When you said you would do something, regardless of where in the marriage we were, I always knew you were going to get it done. The difference is before I used to have to ask you and wait on your time for when you felt like doing it. Now, it's like when I talk to you, and I know we've said this a million times, but it's like we're a partnership and stuff. So it's not like she wants me to do this, I'll do it when I can get around to it. It's like you don't say, I want you to do it. You just think in terms of this has to be done for the house and or for the family, which is how I look at things a lot too. So it's nothing to depend on you and to know that it's going to get done or that I don't have to worry about that part, even if there's things that you've never done before, you even are somebody to say, okay, I've never done that before, so you have to show me this part. I appreciate that. So it means that I don't have to think about that anymore. So, and there are other things that I'm like, I'm just not as good at this, and it used to be my responsibility and you'll take it over. So yeah, I don't think that being independent to me is funny because I used to think it was a cuss word. I felt like everybody talk about the songs, women talking about being independent. That's great because you don't ever want someone to feel like you need them. And I know we've had a conversation before when I said, I don't need you. I want you. And I think that for where we are in life, I need you as far as parenting our kids. I don't need you for me to live and to find happiness.
Yeah.
But I want you with me to live my life and to be happy. That's what I want. Because I think that that's the biggest misconception. Yes, I can stand on my own. But independent, the way that it was spun in a lot of songs when we were growing up, like in the 90s, it was so big. And I used to be like, I don't worry about that. I don't want to be independent because I always saw myself as wanting to have a family and being in a partnership. I want to be able to stand on my own. You don't ever have to worry about me falling if you're not there. But
it can be easier together.
Yeah, it could. And it could be more enjoyable depending on your relationship and if you're friends or not. But my biggest thing is I won't fall and I won't fail because you're not there. But it doesn't mean that the quality of life and the vision of my life that I wanted it would be better if I had you with me, for me. And you know, when people leave your life for whatever reason, like if something were to happen to either one of us, not by choice, but by chance, I trust that you'll still live your life and be happy. It'll just be a different happy. And that's okay. I want that for you. But as for right now, I like that I can depend on you. And I like that I know that you're there. And I don't have to do it all myself or think myself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I tell him, I like going places with him sometimes where I could just have one brain cell. I don't even have to pay attention to what I'm doing. I don't have to pay. I get in the car and we get driven somewhere, and then he'll ask me like, what do you want to eat? Or what do you want to do? Or he'll do everything. And I'm just floating around like it's nothing. I love that. Not everybody can do that.
Well, you got to feel safe with the person you with to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Or it's kind of dangerous.
It is. Be floating around, don't know nothing that's going on. Yeah. So we used to go, like, if we happened to be in the mall together, John used to walk like I was his cousin. He would walk and then I'd be out here shorter. I'm all way behind him. It was like we weren't together. Now when we go places, he just like kind of blases around at my speed. Yeah, at least you try to. And it just feels like I got somebody with me. It's nice. Well, and I'm wondering, was it difficult to accomplish? Was it difficult?
No, I don't think it was difficult to accomplish. Do you think it's worth doing? Some people feel like they don't have to do that. And if you feel like you don't have to do it, you won't do it.
Were you people?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't do it. I got in the same party. Like, just being nice. Like, I felt like I was nice enough. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, yeah. So
nice enough was an interesting statement. Yeah. Like, I felt like I was nice enough.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like my nice enough was nicer than a lot of other people's nice. Like a lot of people, because in my head, I was a nice person. You know, I wasn't going over and beyond to show you how nice I am. That's anybody. I just felt like that wasn't me. Now I feel like I'm looking for the nicest way to do it. You know, if I was just like, this is suitable.
Okay. Yeah, so. You got enough to live. It's like dropping a few little droplets of water in my mouth.
They'll make it.
She'll survive for another 3 days.
I'm not that bad. That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't go with that analogy.
Like,
you on life support.
I'm like, thank God.
Stockholm syndrome at its finest.
He gave me a little bit of niceness. No, he wasn't horrible.
Dang, I don't think I was really horrible.
No, he was nice. He was nice. He was really cool. But I've said before, like, I wanted like a best friend. Yeah. And you were like a dude I was cool with.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
But you were, yeah.
Oh, that has changed now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, anybody want to give a shout out before we get out of here?
The lovers who are friends.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The lovers, the partners, the couples that are friends. I like every day I just recognize and I acknowledge how important it is and how significant it was to our growth. So, and I'll be giving John a hard time. I might paint John as the wicked witch of the West sometimes, but he really wasn't. He wasn't that bad. But I like to say stuff now because I don't. Yeah, because I have a best friend now.
That's where I go. So thank you for giving me that grace because I didn't even think this was possible anyway. I really didn't. So
who do you want to give a shout out to?
To the same thing. But I want to challenge all of the lovers who are real friends to really intentionally learn about the other person. Like find out why y'all have conflicts and try to become better communicators to each other because it creates a different relationship. And no matter how long you're together, if you don't do it on purpose, you can't grow. Unless you're just waiting for all moments of tragedy and where you got to grow from that. But if you do it on purpose, it makes life so much fun, so much more enjoyable, so much more fulfilling. Y'all make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA. Get after that action or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose. Boom.